Morning. Anybody watching? We're at Brown Deer Park. It's a local county park in Milwaukee County. About 10 minutes from our house. Very nice. Also has a golf course. Tried to show that real quick, but it looks really busy there today. Looks like they have another tournament going on. They just had an LPGA event there this weekend. The minor league tournament, not the major, not a major LPGA tournament. Some of the women trying to make the LPGA tournament, I guess, a secondary tour, basically, but well attended. It's a nice golf course. A PGA event used to be played there too, Milwaukee Open, when we had one. Very Greater Milwaukee Open. It was at Brown Deer Park. Tiger Woods' first appearance as a pro, believe it or not, was here. I know it's hard to believe, but it was. It's true. As a pro, it's the first time as a professional he golfed on the tour was here in Milwaukee at the Greater Milwaukee Open. He had a hole-in-one, but didn't win it. But I do remember he had a hole-in-one in that tournament. Everybody got excited about that. He was already fairly famous because Jack Nicklaus was raving about him, and He was a very, very young man back then, but yeah, first time, first as a pro. Kind of a point of no longer exists that tournament. It just lost PGA support, I think. The golf course was way too easy for the pros, I think. They had some of the lowest scores of the year at the place. It's pretty flat. It's long enough, but it's pretty flat, pretty easy. Fairways are pretty easy, pretty wide, and even off the fairways, this is not that dangerous territory usually. A couple of little cricks, and that's it of any danger. It was a course that they tore up. I don't know if it was because it was too easy, or it lost financial support, or it lost PGA support. I'm not sure what happened, but we no longer have a professional tournament here. We have a couple others usually during the year at other golf courses in Wisconsin, but not here anymore. This guy is keeping an eye on me. I don't know if you can see across there. There's a beautiful heron, a blue heron across the way in the water on the other side there. It's probably too small, and I can't really see the screen that well, whether you can see it or not. But there's one over there. It's kind of a hangout for herons, to be honest. So it's very pretty. Very pretty little lagoon here. Fishing is allowed. And urban fishing regulations. It's a lovely area. A lovely park in many ways. I do most of my walking here. I like to come over here and do my walking, which is I'm doing now. I'm just testing out a stream here. I know nobody's watching, but I just want to make sure this is working. So when I play it back, I'll know everything's in working order and we'll be ready to go in September. It's my first time using Streamlabs, so I want to make sure it works for me. I wonder if Eileen's watching. Eileen, if you're watching, say hello. I doubt you are, but in case you are, say hello so I know this is working. Or anybody else. I don't think anybody else is watching it because my lousy little channel has nothing on it worth watching, to be honest. So I didn't even, you know what? I didn't even know I had a YouTube channel until yesterday. I've had it for a couple years and I didn't know that. I didn't know when you signed up to YouTube to use it for EOE stuff that you get a channel, a YouTube channel. I didn't know that. I just thought it enabled me to go to the EOE YouTube site channels, and that's what I was doing it for. And Eileen told me yesterday, have you checked anything on your channel? And I said, I have a channel? I did not know that, and I'll be danged. And there were 2 uploads there. I have no idea how they got there, because I surely didn't upload them. There are 2 Boardwalk uploads from, we were at the Boardwalk 8 months ago. Just the resort cam. And I, for the life of me, don't know how those 2 uploads got there. No idea whatsoever. And Eileen said, yeah, maybe Fizz uploaded them or something. I said, really? Why? Just testing it? I don't know. All I know is maybe I hit a button accidentally is more likely. Of some sort. I don't know. I don't know how I would have done that on the resort stream though. It would be much more likely if it was on something I streamed from my phone. But I don't know. I have no idea. As everybody knows, I'm very ignorant. So, especially about technology. So, it could be anything. Yeah, as you can see up here, there's picnic tables because there's a bunch of picnic sites here. Not anything going on today, of course, but on the weekend, this park gets pretty busy with large groups, large family groups, or sometimes church groups. There's other kinds of groups that have large fairly large get-togethers. People get here like 7 a.m. start cooking, slow cooking some of the stuff that they're having later that day, and decorate the tables, decorate the site. It's just amazing sometimes. You drive through here on a weekend and it's busy. But weekdays it's great here because there's only other walkers like myself and some fishermen maybe, and golfers. And the golfers are on the other side of the park, pretty much the side of the park I don't use. So I would say a good half of the park is the golf course. It's a pretty big park, but half of it is golf course, at least. It's a pretty large golf course. This parking lot over there. And then there's this road. This road here goes around the entire park. It's a big circular, more oblong, but circular nonetheless, drive around the whole entire park. That gets you to the different sections of the park, the different picnic areas, and other exits in and out of the park. There's about 4 different entrances here to get in here, and exits, of course. And the fields, there's a baseball field over there. And anybody can use it if they're picnicking here. Sometimes you can get a license to use it for practices and stuff for different sports and things. But you have to, if you're going to use that on a regular basis, you have to get a permit for that. It's free, but you got to get a permit. Usually free, if you live in the county anyhow. It might be a small fee now that I think of it. Processing fees, That's about it, though. It's not a big, massive charge or anything. Same thing for the picnics. You get a permit to use the picnic areas. Nobody else can use them. There's another doggy. Cute dog. A lot of dog walking is allowed here if you have a leash. You have to be leashed, though. Can't let them do that born free thing. Got to clean up after them too. And they do. You can get not to say that they're always caught, they're usually not, but if they are off leash or not cleaned up after, you can get a substantial fine for that. And if they catch you, they give you a big fine. No excuses, But like I said, it's not like cops drive around here all day looking for dogs running loose or taking a whiz, or not a whiz, but one number 2. Or doing a baggy check with the owners. That doesn't happen. But on occasion, they tool through here and catch somebody. Not very often. So there's always the dog owner, who decides those rules aren't made for them. That's for other people. And they let their dog run free. Ah, crud. I'm sorry, folks. I don't know if I'm on. Hey, if anybody's watching, I doubt anybody is, so I can do this probably and get away with it. Okay, here we are. I'm on energy saving on my phone, so the screen goes blank so many times, and I say, oh my god, am I still streaming or not? I got to get it off of that when I stream when I stream at Disney World. I better get off of that, because I get off and I don't even know I'm off. This is new to me, Streamlabs, so I'm more like searching what it's saying to me here, and instead of really focusing on anything worth seeing. But the park itself is really lovely. This road is in terrible shape. Well, they don't allow trucks here or anything, but they get a lot of use anyhow. Service trucks certainly go through here all the time. And this road is in a bad way. This is a low priority road because it's just for the use of people at the park. So they don't pay a whole lot of attention to it. Over here is one of the entrances of the Oak Park Trail. Oak Park Trail is a trail that runs all the way through all through the county, in the different parks and park-owned areas and county-owned areas. And you can take almost a continuous route. You're gonna have to do some urban biking in between, but most of these are kind of connected to one another at the different parks and stuff. You can walk it too if you like, but it's very popular with bikers. Very popular with bikers and no motor vehicles. That means motorcycles. Although once I was walking down there with my dog and a motorcyclist comes tooling by. And that's not supposed to happen. I told him, I got yelled at, you can't be on here, and he just flashed me a I'm number 1 sign, so I don't think he cared about that issue. Like I said, service trucks come through here. I don't know how long I'm going to do this because, frankly, I'm going to probably turn it off soon. If anybody's listening to this. And there's another entrance here. To give you an idea, when I say it's an urban park, I do mean that. It's kind of a respite in the middle of the city. Or the middle of the suburb cities too, depending upon where it's located. Some are in the city of Milwaukee proper, and others are in the outlying areas, but all are in Milwaukee County. And it's really a great park system. It's one of the best, although the last few years the upkeep has not been because of all budget cuts and such. They've fallen into somewhat disrepair, not a catastrophic sense, but in a sense, they're not as well taken care of as they used to be. All right, this is right across the street here. You see a residential area. Now, this is a small suburb just right next to Milwaukee city limits are about a half mile away here. This is Brown Deer. That's Brown Deer Park, and that's all residential across the street there. And down that way. So you can see it's a fairly urban area surrounding the park. Excuse me, my voice is not very good today. But even if there's nobody listening, and probably isn't, I want to hear my voice when I get it back, when I play it back today, just so I know everything's working. So I know I'm probably talking to myself here. That's okay. Sometimes it's the only interesting conversation I can get. I'm going to do one more thing here. I'm going to go down the Oak Park Trail that I showed you before. Just to give you an idea. There's various places you can get on it. This is just one right over here. There's another entrance to it in this park too. There's a couple of entrances to it in the park here. But if you go just about any park in the city, in the county, you can get on the Oak Park Trail. It's kind of like a poor man's Appalachian Trail. It extends quite a bit. And it is kind of connected to each other in a weird sort of way. And like I say, you have to go through some urban area to get to the next part on the parks, but there's signs and everything, maps. It's not that hard, but you can go for a long time along these trails. As I said, there's a lot of county-owned property that isn't necessarily county parks that it goes through too. Excuse me. This is personally one of my favorite parks, but there's very many really beautiful parks. There's a park called Kletch Park that runs right along the Milwaukee River, which is quite lovely. There's a waterfall and no golf course there, though. But it runs right along the river. And there are other county parks that have golf courses too. None is quite as extensive as Brown Deer, but others are quite 18-hole golf courses, some pitch and putt golf courses. That's what you call them. I don't know what they call those anymore. But, you know, golf courses, you don't need a driver. All you need is a couple irons and a putter. It's good practice for your iron, so, which is my absolute worst. Absolute worst. See, here's the trail right here.
Is that metal atoms actually share electrons, and with the hydrogen compressed so close together, the same thing happens, and you get metallic hydrogen.
This metallic hydrogen is something that is very difficult to make, but because Jupiter is so powerful, it's so cool, and it has such awesome gravity, it can create metallic hydrogen. Jupiter's magnetic field reaches out
What the
deep
hell
into
is
space.
magnetic hydrogen?